Welcome back to Secrets of Superpowers. Today, I want to tell you a story that has haunted historians, conspiracy theorists, and mystery lovers for decades. A story born in the shadows of World War II, hidden deep in underground tunnels, whispered through half-burned documents and scattered testimonies. The name of this mystery is Die Glocke, the bell. Some say it was just a myth, a rumor born from Nazi obsession with Wunderwaffe, the miracle weapons that were supposed to change the course of the war. Others believe it was real, a machine so advanced that it could bend gravity, distort time, or even open portals to another world. What exactly was Die Glocke? And if it truly existed, where did it go after the fall of the Third Reich? Today, we are going to dive deep into this enigma and explore the known facts, the chilling testimonies, and the countless theories that surround this dark legend. The age of Wunderwaffe Nazi Germany wasn't just fighting a war with tanks, planes, and soldiers. It was also waging a race for technological domination. The term Wunderwaffe, miracle weapon, became a symbol of desperate hope for the Nazi high command. When the war started turning against them, they poured staggering resources into secret projects. These were weapons so advanced that, if successful, they could shift the balance of power overnight. Some of these projects were terrifyingly real and operational. The V-2 rockets, the Me-262 jet fighter, these were decades ahead of their time. They were designed not just to win battles, but to shatter the enemy's will. Yet, alongside these conventional marvels, ran stranger, more deeply secret programs. Experiments that sound even today like pure science fiction. These were programs focused on concepts like anti-gravity, directed energy, and the very fabric of reality. And among them, perhaps the most mysterious and unsettling of all, was the project simply known as Die Glocke. The source of the legend, the story of the bell, didn't appear out of nowhere. It has a documented lineage. It first came to light through the persistent work of Polish journalist and military researcher named Igor Witkowski. In the year 2000, Witkowski published a controversial but highly influential book called The Truth About the Wunderwaffe. In it, he described a series of top-secret Nazi projects based on what he claimed were transcripts of post-war interrogations. These interrogations were reportedly conducted by the Soviets, detailing the work of a key SS scientist, General Jakob Sporenberg. Among Sporenberg's supposed accounts, one device stood out immediately. He described a massive, bell-shaped machine hidden deep inside underground complexes in the Owl Mountains. A machine that produced deadly energy fields and promised unimaginable power to the dwindling Reich. Witkowski's narrative provided names, locations, and chilling details, making the bell a compelling historical enigma rather than a mere fantasy. And that, according to the research, was Die Glocke. What did it look like? According to the descriptions leaked from these purported interrogations, Die Glocke was a truly monumental metallic object. It was shaped exactly like an enormous, antique bell. It stood roughly 3 to 4 meters high and about 2.5 meters wide, requiring heavy industrial machinery just to move it. Inside its incredibly thick casing were the core elements, 2 massive, counter-rotating drums. These drums were the key to the device, containing a highly volatile and strange substance. This unknown material was known only by its SS code name, Xerum 525. Witnesses describe it as a heavy, viscous, mercury-like liquid that possessed a strange, unsettling violet sheen. When the machine was activated, the entire area was engulfed in a powerful, unnerving violet-blue light. The air around it grew heavy with static electricity, scientific instruments malfunctioned violently, and those nearby felt severe nausea, dizziness, and intense migraines. Even stranger, some claimed that the bell profoundly distorted its surroundings. Electrical devices short-circuited entirely. The air itself seemed to shimmer and crackle with unseen energy. And in at least one horrifying case, the machine is said to have levitated a few feet above the ground, shattering the chains meant to hold it. Deadly experiments, the bell's effects weren't just strange or scientific. They were undeniably and profoundly deadly. Every living organism that came too close to Die Glocke during testing was instantly killed. The effects were brutal. Plants withered, blackened, and crumbled to dust within minutes. Animals collapsed instantly with their internal organs liquefying. And the human cost was even greater and more horrific. Researchers directly exposed to the bell fell critically sick with symptoms resembling the worst cases of acute radiation poisoning. Their bodies suffered from crystalline formations in muscle tissue and nerve damage. Some died within days in extreme agony. Others suffered horrific long-term side effects, rapid aging, complete memory loss, and severe psychological breakdowns, a sign of damage to the very structure of the mind. According to Witkowski's findings, at least 5 German scientists and numerous forced laborists lost their lives directly during the brief bell experiments. Yet despite this catastrophic human toll, the SS continued their work ruthlessly. Because if Die Glocke worked as intended, it would have given the Third Reich the most terrifying, final advantage imaginable. A power to rewrite the rules of physics and war. What was it for? The true, deep mystery of the bell lies in its intended purpose. What was this colossal and deadly device actually designed to achieve? Theory 1. A weapon of mass destruction. Many experts suggest the bell was a prototype for a next-generation plasma or radiation weapon. A device capable of silently killing populations across vast distances without using a single conventional bomb. The deadly side effects on living tissue may have been the deliberate, horrific feature. Theory 2. An anti-gravity device. This is a dominant theory. Proponents claim the bell was a propulsion experiment, an attempt to generate enormous thrust by manipulating gravity itself. This theory directly connects the bell to the persistent rumors of Nazi flying saucers and secret disc-shaped aircraft like the Vril and Hornebu models. It suggests the Nazis were close to mastering a revolutionary form of transport. Theory 3. A time machine or portal. This is the most bizarre and the most chilling for its occult implications. The SS leadership, guided by the Ahnenerbe, were obsessed with the occult and forbidden knowledge. Could the bell have been designed not just to generate energy, but to pierce the fabric of reality itself? There are dark whisperings of strange, momentary windows or glimpses appearing near the bell when it reached full power, visions into other places, or perhaps other times. No one knows for certain. But each theory makes the bell a more terrifying and profound technological leap than the last. The Riese Complex, if the bell truly existed, then its operational home was the Riese Complex, literally, giant, a vast, incomplete system of underground tunnels in the Owl Mountains of modern-day Poland. Riese was one of the largest and most expensive construction projects of the entire Third Reich, second only to some major armaments plants. Thousands of concentration camp prisoners and forced laborists carved out enormous halls and passageways beneath solid rock, often dying from the brutal conditions. But to this day, historians passionately argue about its true, singular purpose. Was it a secret Führer headquarters? A vast, protected factory? Or was it, as the bell theory suggests, a protected research and testing laboratory? One of the strangest and most enduring ruins in the area is a massive concrete structure, shaped like a ring, nearly 100 feet in diameter, with thick supports. Many believe this was the test rig where the bell was chained in place during its horrific high-power experiments. Its terrifying energies unleashed in the safety of the mountains. Even today, the vast, damp ruins of Riese feel haunted. Dark tunnels, broken concrete, massive chambers leading into impenetrable darkness. It is not hard to imagine a monstrous machine glowing with that unnatural violet light down here. The Kecksburg UFO The Bell's story doesn't conveniently end in 1945 with the fall of Berlin. Some theories suggest that the technology, or even the original device itself, resurfaced decades later, thousands of miles away in America. The date: December 9, 1965. The location: the small town of Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Residents and police witnessed a blazing object streak across the sky, leaving a smoke trail, before violently crashing into the nearby woods. When the first witnesses arrived, they describe a large, metallic craft shaped uncannily like a massive, bronze acorn, or precisely, a bell. On its surface were strange symbols, said to resemble Egyptian hieroglyphs, unlike any known language. But before long, the US military, specifically the Army and Air Force, arrived in force. The entire area was instantly sealed off. The object was loaded onto a flatbed truck, covered, and taken away under extreme security. The official explanation? A meteor or space debris. But witnesses swore it was something far more solid, something manufactured. To this day, many believe the Kecksburg incident was the dramatic reappearance of Die Glocke, secretly taken to the United States after the war, only to malfunction catastrophically 2 decades later in the American countryside. Occult connections: we cannot ignore the deeper, darker side of Nazi research that sets it apart from typical wartime science. The SS were not just soldiers and administrators. Many were deeply, actively involved in the occult. The Ahnenerbe organization, founded and controlled by Heinrich Himmler, had the official mandate to search the world for ancient Aryan artifacts, mystical knowledge, and forgotten technologies. They sent expeditions to places like Tibet, Iceland, and the Middle East, seeking the Holy Grail and the true origins of humanity. Could Die Glocke have been the ultimate, terrifying result of these parallel efforts? A machine that deliberately blended advanced, exotic physics with concepts that were more ritualistic than scientific. Some historians suggest the bell was less a weapon in the traditional sense, and more a powerful ritual tool, a device designed to break through the veil of reality, guided not only by quantum physics, but by a chilling occult obsession with power over nature itself. If that is true, then the bell was not just a weapon of war, it was a key to something mankind was perhaps never meant to touch or understand: skepticism and the unanswered questions, of course. A mystery of this scale generates significant skepticism. Mainstream historians largely argue that the bell is nothing more than a powerful myth. A tale exaggerated from scraps of real projects, possibly a cover story designed to distract Allied intelligence from more important military research. Crucially, no verifiable, physical evidence has ever been recovered. No authenticated photographs, no confirmed blueprints, no surviving machinery that can be definitively linked to the bell. And Wittkowski's primary sources, the transcripts he claimed to have seen, have never been independently verified by Western historians. Perhaps the bell was only a terrifying story, skillfully engineered and born from the fear and the thick fog of war. Perhaps Riese was simply an unfinished bunker complex. Perhaps the Kecksburg UFO was nothing more than a fallen satellite. But then again, a persistent question remains: Why were so many documents relating to SS special projects destroyed in the final days of the war? Why does the bell appear in so many varied and independent post-war accounts, from Poland to the US? And why, even today, 80 years later, does the disturbing legend of the bell utterly refuse to die? Conclusion: so, after examining the testimony, the physical ruins, and the global theories, what was the chilling truth behind Die Glocke? Was it a catastrophic superweapon? A revolutionary breakthrough in physics? A forbidden gateway to another world? Or simply a ghost story manufactured in the ruins of the Third Reich? The absolute truth remains hidden, locked behind destroyed archives and the silence of time. But the legend endures, growing more compelling with every year that passes. Because the bell is more than just a piece of rumored machinery. It is a profound symbol of humanity's dangerous, relentless obsession with power, and the terrifying, science-defying lengths we will go to chase it, even if it leads us to the edge of reality itself. Thank you for watching Secrets of Superpowers. If you enjoyed this dive into one of history's strangest mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, do you believe in the story of Die Glocke? Or do you think it's just another myth, waiting to be forgotten? And maybe, somewhere in a hidden bunker or a secret hangar, the bell is still out there, waiting,